You couldn't make this up. A bunch of mops, cleaners, and trash bags delivered to Saudi consulate ahead of Khashoggi murder probe.
Here's a summary of the article.
You couldn't make his up. Literally minutes after Saudi authorities said Turkish investigators could enter the consulate, a cleaning team arrived and entered the building. Jamal El-Shayal, Al Jazeera. At around the same time, Saudi King Salman insisted in a Monday morning phone call with U.S. President Donald Trump that his regime had nothing to do with the disappearance and alleged murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, a denial Trump dutifully echoed to reporters while suggesting that perhaps rogue killers were behind the gruesome crime. Video cameras captured a team of cleaners hauling several buckets of mops, 2 large cases of trash bags, Dixie cleaning solution, another carton of what appears to be bleach, and 2 cases of Pinar milk through the front door of Saudi Arabia's consulate in Istanbul. The cleaning crew was seen entering the consulate shortly before Turkish investigators were set to arrive to carry out an inspection in search of additional evidence of who was behind the disappearance of Khashoggi, a frequent critic of the Saudi royal family. If the Saudis were concerned about the optics of a well-prepared cleaning crew arriving on the scene of an alleged murder just moments before the start of an investigation that is being closely watched by the international community, they did not show it. The crew walked in the front entrance of the consulate in full view of Reuters and Associated Press cameras and journalists. Independent reporter Borzu Daragahi joked in a tweet that the way to preserve the integrity of a possible crime scene and bolster confidence in the investigation is to bring in a bunch of cleaners through the front door before the detectives arrive, cause the way to preserve the integrity of a possible crime scene and bolster confidence in the investigation is to bring in a bunch of cleaners through the front door before the detectives arrive. Pic. Shortly after the cleaning crew entered the Saudi consulate, a team of investigators arrived in an unmarked police car to begin an inspection of the building a full 13 days after Khashoggi entered to obtain marriage documents and never re-emerged.
This post received a score of 60,619, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This would be hilarious if it weren't freaking horrifying. Imagine the feeling of hopelessness the murdered guy's family must feel seeing this bullshit.
Imagine being any other Saudi dissident and knowing you could get picked up by a kill team anywhere in the world, chopped up into neatly sized chunks within minutes of being killed and spirited away without anyone finding your body ever again, and no one would do anything.
That's the idea. Exactly. Same reason that Russia is using nerve agents and polonium to kill people that are only produced in Russia. They want people to know who did it, and they are sending a message that if you piss them off you're not safe anywhere.
Greater than they want people to know who did it, and they are sending a message that if you piss them off you're not safe anywhere. If we, the public, accept this story, it can eventually happen to any one of us.
If Russia has been doing it publicly for like half a decade. I remember Redditors were getting outraged over how transparent they were in assassinating dissidents back in 2013. We get upset, demand sanctions and other punishments, and then nothing changes and we move on in a few weeks.
The Magnitsky sanctions are clearly something that Putin and his court want removed.
The sanctions work, hence Russia's desperation, Putin's I should say. His countrymen will be revolting.
And you'll probably find something less desirable than Putin takes his place.
Such is Russian history.
You could make this up, but you never would as a writer. This would make the audience scoff and think, at least be a bit more subtle with the hint that there's a murder dungeon in that palace. But this is real fucking life. What more does The Onion have left to parody?
One of their recent articles was about how Trump became coherent and rational after a railroad spike impaled his head.
So they're realists instead of satirists now.
I will always point out that The Onion started doing that a long time ago. Check the publish date.
Prophetic.
SA is just being flagrant about it at this point. They literally do not care that everyone knows or about the optics. They want people to know it was them, so when nothing happens, everyone will know that if you criticize the kingdom, you are not safe anywhere.
Almost sounds like another country I've heard about. Edit, since I've been severely misunderstood. I meant Russia.
Turkey, Russia, USA, Saudi Arabia and Arab puppet states e.g. UAE, Iran etc. Which one?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smry.com, without any human intervention.